So picture this, the dead of night in Hezbollah-controlled eastern Lebanon. 4 Israeli helicopters are slicing through the darkness. Elite commandos fast roping into a sleepy village graveyard. Flashlights cutting through the mist as soldiers quietly dig up a grave, searching for the bones of a man who vanished 40 years ago. This is not a move. This happened just last night. Friday into Saturday, March 7th, 2026, in the Bekaa Valley village of Nabi Chit. The target, the Al-Chokr family cemetery. The prize, the remains of Israeli Air Force navigator Ron Arad. The operation ended without a trace of him. No body, no dog tags, nothing. But it triggered gun battles with Hezbollah fighters and locals. Israeli airstrikes lit up the sky, and Lebanese authorities say at least 41 people were killed. Israel calls it a necessary risk to close one of its oldest open wounds. Hello and welcome to Deep Dive by NewsX. My name is Vineet Malhotra, and today we go deep because this story is bigger than one graveyard raid. Let's go back to the beginning. October 16th, 1986. Southern Lebanon is still smoldering from years of conflict. Ron Arad, 28 years old, married to Tami, father of a baby daughter Yuval, straps into the back of a seat of an Israeli F-4 Phantom. His job, weapon systems officer. The navigator, the mission, strike PLO target near the village of Makdush. Mid-flight disaster, a bomb malfunctions, explodes too early, cripples the jet. Both crewmen eject. Pilot Yishai Aviram is scooped up safely by Israeli forces. Ron Arad, well, he drifts down under his parachute straight into the arms of Amal militiamen, the Shiite believers' resistance. Well, they captured him alive. Early photos show a bruised but breathing Ron, blindfolded, sitting on the ground. Amal parades him for propaganda. Israel offers everything, prisoners, money, deals to get him back. For nearly 2 years, he is held in the Bekaa Valley, reportedly right here in Nabi Chit. Then in 1988, a fierce battle erupts nearby in the village of Midun. After that, there is silence. Amal claims he was taken by Hezbollah. Rumors swirl. For decades, he was moved to Iran. He died in captivity, his body hidden. Israel has never stopped looking, not for a single day. So why now, 40 years later, in the middle of another brutal war? Well, because this war with Hezbollah has changed the map. Israeli forces are operating deeper inside Lebanon than at any time since the 1980s. Ground troops, special units, constant airstrikes. In that chaos, Israeli intelligence received what they believed was a credible tip. Ron Arad's remains may be buried in a specific grave in Nabi Chit, the same village where he was once held. Nabi Chit isn't random, it's personal. It's where the trail went cold, and in wartime, when you already have helicopters and commandos in the air, sometimes the impossible becomes possible. Israel decided the window was too narrow to ignore, which brings us to the heart of it. Why does Israel keep doing this? Why risk soldiers and their lives, international headlines, and more bloodshed for bones that may or may not be there? Because no one left behind isn't just a slogan here, it's a national religion. From the raid on Entebbe to the prisoner swaps that brought home Gilad Shalit and others, Israel has always told its soldiers, if you fall, we will move heaven, earth, and sometimes enemy territory to bring you home back. It could be alive or dead. Ron Arad has become the face of that promise. His face still hangs in Air Force bases. His story is taught to new recruits, and for the Arad family, it's been 4 decades of birthdays without him, holidays with an empty chair. Tami Arad, now in her 60s, has lived with this pain longer than she had her husband. Just hours after this raid, she released a statement saying that the family wants answers, but not at any cost to our soldiers. So where does this leave us? Ron Arad is still missing. The mystery that began with a parachute in 1986 is still unsolved in 2026. But last night proved something powerful. Israel has not forgotten. It will not forget, even in the fog of a wider war, even when the odds are long, even when the price is high. So where does this go from here? Ron Arad is still missing. This mystery began in 1986, and Israel is still holding on to it. We'll talk about this and get some perspective from Major General Anuj Mathur, defense expert. General Mathur, appreciate you being here with us, sir. So what does this tell you about the camaraderie and about, the seriousness with which Israel takes the lives of every soldier that either, is killed in combat or is missing during his duties?
Jain Vinit, this confirms, getting back your soldiers, whether dead or missing in action. They're called MIA, missing in action. The Israelis probably are the best in this particular thing. They have a deep-seated commitment, and that commitment is very, very loud and clear that we will bring back all our soldiers, dead or alive or any which way. This is a 40 years old affair, and in 40 years, anything and everything Vinit can happen. But the Israelis have not given up. See, it sends a few messages. One message, very, very loud and clear to the rank and file of their own forces, that look, whatever may happen, we will leave no stone unturned in trying to get back our soldiers. Unlike many other countries, I hope we know what has happened to 54 of our brave Air Force officers who we could not get back after 1971, and many others. The Pakistanis leave their dead on the line of control during Operation Vijay. So the point is that this is the kind of commitment, and that is why Israel is one country which has warded off all offensives against it right from 1947, just after they were born, by many countries simultaneously, and they could come out victorious, or they effectively made sure that their territory after each conflict with the Arabian countries increased. The thing is, it is the weapon which is important, but it is the man behind the gun who is more important. And that man behind the gun fights with the passion, because he knows that his army, that his nation cares for him. The nation has a commitment to him and his family. Although right now his family is of the view that we should not risk the lives of soldiers. It's been 40 years. This probably would be longest, surviving military mystery of our times. But they will not leave any effort, and they will make sure that whatever it takes, whatever they may have to do, they'll try and get Arad's remains back, or whichever way. They'll at least find out what is exactly happening. Radon Entebbe, you made a mention of it. It's a classic example. It's a marvel of a military operation based on hard intelligence, where Benjamin Netanyahu's elder brother, I hope we are aware, he was the one who was leading the operations, and he martyred during that. He was the only soldier martyred. So this commitment is perfect, and this is what is a message which gets sent. What now? The question beneath now is, why now? Why now is because Israel is fighting a very, very tough action against the Iranian proxies, and also against Iran. And now is the time when the entire force of Israelis needs to be absolutely high on commitment, and that is the reason they are doing. And what a major, it's the place is in eastern Lebanon, Bekaa Valley, and it's a high-risk operation wherein you send 4 rotary wing aircraft there. The soldiers have slithered down. They've done digging there, and in turn there was an exchange of fire. It could have resulted in probably a military disaster, but it has not happened, and a very loud and clear message has gone. Vinit.
Sir, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for those insights. On that note, we take a short break. We'll be right back.